Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. I have so many new drugstore goodies that I wanted to put on my face, and I thought, well, let's just turn on the camera and see how it goes. I have actually played around with all of these items, so this is more of a second impression. I want to already share my thoughts. All really, for the most part, looking at everything I have here, pretty good. Really impressed with some of the new releases. So I have some Essence, CoverGirl, e.l.f., Catrice, Maybelline. I have a new BH Cosmetics, actually two palettes. I just have a lot of goodies. So if you like a good old-fashioned get ready with me, trying on new affordable makeup, just stay tuned. Okay, so I have nothing on my face whatsoever. That isn't necessarily a bad thing for the product that I'm going to be using, but I do want to put just a little bit of something on my skin. I'm going to use a drugstore product that I have. This is by Hard Candy. This is the hydrating primer. I'm just going to put this on as a base for the foundation I'm going to be using. This is sort of like a gel formula, very similar to the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip. It has a tackiness to it, but it is quite nice and very affordable. Hard Candy, you can find it on Walmart online, which is how I do my Walmart shopping, because we don't have a Walmart in New York City, which is a little weird. I feel like every place has a Walmart in America, but not New York City, not Manhattan. It's a pretty nice, tacky formula. I don't know about how hydrating it is, but the product I'm going to be using is quite hydrating, so I don't mind it. And the product I'm using is this one here. This is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. Now, I've used this before, which is why I kind of know what to expect. This is in the color Light, which, by the way, looks pretty dark. They don't have a lot of shades. It's a very, very thin product, similar to the concealer. It's kind of clicks. It is an extremely thin product, so you're gonna see I'm gonna be very generous and haphazard on my face. And it is not, I think, for fair skinned folks. I think Light is the lightest, and this is about as light as it goes. It is quite sheer and has a really nice finish. It reminds me very much of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It does have a little bit of coverage, but really what it gives you is this intense glow. And because it has all these little pearly particles, not glitter or shimmer, just a pearlescence to it, what it does is it reflects light back so intensely that I think it gives the appearance of even more coverage than it's actually giving. It is so thin though, where it's imperceptible in my pores. It doesn't settle in or anything. It's pretty incredible. I actually, for an all over face product, prefer it to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, which I think is just a little too intense. So you can go ahead and wear this on its own, or you can now put some foundation on. It's really up to you. I am going to leave it as is. I really like this look. In the daytime, with just my sunscreen, adding some of this product, I just think it's beautiful. I mean, it's very glowy, almost like glass-like skin, but I think it's very pretty, and the other products I have a feeling are going to sit really nicely above it. So the next product I wanted to share is the Putty bronzer from e.l.f., this one here, and I got the color Tan Lines. So again, I have used this product. Now, I don't know why I picked up this product. This is one of my iffy products, and the reason I say that is, and I'm going to use an e.l.f. stipple brush, and I'm going in pretty heavy-handed. The Putty blushes in the same formula, I had purchased a couple and they did not work out for me. They were very beautiful in color, but unfortunately after just a few hours, they totally disappeared. And I have to report that the Putty bronzer does the same thing. Now, what I haven't done, which I'm hoping to do today, I wanna set this with a powder bronzer and see if it helps it along. It's a very pretty product. The color Tan Lines is quite nice. It has a little bit of a yellow undertone, some orange, some warmth, definitely some warmth. I think it's pretty easy to put on and it blends beautifully, like beautifully. I feel like this is such a really glowy, goddessy look. But again, it just sort of disappears, which is really, really upsetting. I am going to try to set it a little bit with this Essence Sunlit Matte Bronzer, bronzing powder in natural. I have always heard this one has a lovely coconut smell, like a real suntan coconut smell. I like the smell better than the butter bronzer actually. So I'm just going over that bronzer with this powder and hoping that it will help it set and stay put. But I think this bronzer is really, really pretty too. It's a huge pan, which I appreciate. Great value. I had always wanted to try this bronzer, so this is not a new bronzer, but I accidentally previously purchased the luminous one and that was just a little too deep for me. But this one is much nicer, and I mean, I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling pretty. I'm feeling like good about my life choices right now. On my cheeks, I picked up a Catrice blush. This is the Cheek Lover Oil-Infused blush. It so far only comes in one shade. This one's Blooming Hibiscus, and it's this one here. It's a baked formula. And I picked this up because, I mean, other than being just stunning, it reminded me very much, the coloring, everything about it reminded me of the blush from M Cosmetics, the Magic Hour blush, which actually I used to own, but I found that the pigmentation was really lacking. And I'm happy to report that is not the case with this blush. So this blush is really easy to build, beautiful. I'm using an e.l.f. brush. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It has this golden glow to it. It's really, really spectacular. I could kind of put some on my forehead too. And it builds up so nicely. It has a really great level of pigmentation, nothing too overpowering, so it's not gonna go clownish, which is always my concern. And I love that the glow is a pearly golden glow. It is, to me, even punchier than NARS Orgasm and smoother too. It's a really, really pretty texture. And again, just stunning, stunning. I hope they come out with other colors, but I'm telling you, this is like the M Cosmetics Magic Hour. Like, almost like a Magic Hour and Clementine had a baby. It would be this, but I'm telling you, this one's better because I found the formula of M Cosmetics to be too dry, really hard to get the pigmentation to yield, but I really enjoy that. Let us move on to eyebrows. I think I basically got a full face. I picked up this pencil by Essence. It is the Baby Got Brow waterproof eye pencil in the shade Brunette. I don't think they had a lot of options, so it does have a spoolie, and this part is kind of like teardrop shape, which I never really know what to do with that because I don't really, I mean, maybe I don't use it the way it should be used, but I'm just gonna lightly fill them in. I've worn this already 4 days and looks pretty nice. Not too shabby, really affordable, great formulation, and yes, it is waterproof. So if you're looking for a long wear and you happen to fall into one of the 3 shades they offer, definitely check it out. I got 2 palettes, both from BH Cosmetics. One is Party in Puerto Rico. This one here, which is these beautiful orangey tone shades, but you can get such gorgeous, gorgeous sort of very wearable looks. I'll insert a picture here. This picture is me wearing just really these colors here and doing like a really soft day look. I could see it even be like an everyday day look, really neutral on the cooler side. And then I also played around with this shade here, which is San Juan, and this real pretty kind of rose color. It's not like a bright red, but there's some depth to it. So I have been playing around with this. I feel like this palette definitely deserves more like a 5 looks 1 palette. So I'm gonna hold off on this one, but really have been impressed with the formulation so far. The palette I think I'm gonna play with today is the Do Not Disturb palette. That's this one here. And I actually had very little interest in picking up any of these palettes from BH Cosmetics, but something about this color story really spoke to me. It just, there was something about it. There was something about it, and sure enough, I was right. The colors are very deceiving here. A lot of these colors, this one here, these have almost like a duochrome effect. So they layer really beautifully and change colors that are here. And so I'm really smitten with this. But today I'm actually gonna go for a very light look, something pretty simple, but something I've wanted to do for a while, which is really do like a lilac wash. I'm just really feeling that. I'm feeling that vibe. I love the tone of this lilac. It is not a fluorescent lilac. It's not so soft that it just fades away. I mean, look at this. Look how easy it is to do a wash of lilac on the eye with this lilac. It's one of the best lilac colors I have ever used. And I have a lot of lilac, but there's something about this matte that's so good. I'm literally only going to do this today. I'm not going to do anything else. I will play around with this palette more and I'll show you looks and stuff, but I love this look for like summertime, this kind of like tan skin and this really pretty violety color. And I'll just take whatever's on my brush and just put it on underneath. But I love that. I love that. I mean, you can go crazy with this palette. There's also this real pretty frosty color. Maybe we'll just do a little bit in the inner corner. Nothing too insane, just a little bit to give some brightness and lightness since I'm not wearing concealer underneath. But I love this palette. This color here with this creates like the most beautiful smoky wine color. This creates that kind of oil slick that I absolutely love. This is so good. It's so good. I can't speak to the rest of the palettes that came out in the line. I really tried to just hone in on one that I really wanted, and it was this one. This one seems as though it would be a standalone, unique thing in my collection, which is why I wanted it. I think as a runner-up, I wanted the one that had some oranges in it, but unfortunately Ulta doesn't carry it, and I have a feeling it's because whereas this one's called Do Not Disturb, I feel like that one is called something optimistic AF, and maybe that was a little too risque for Ulta, which, you know, to each his own. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes really fast and I'm gonna hop back on. A mascara I picked up, which I had not heard anyone talk about, but when I saw it come out, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Clean Waterproof Mascara. So I saw this was new, and I just remember really loving CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara. I might be wrong. It's been a long time since I tried one, but let's see how it goes. Okay, I put it on this eye. What do we think? I mean, it's nice. It's pretty dramatic. I've always, I think I remember just always having a real positive experience with CoverGirl mascara. What I find a little difficult about the brush is just the wand is pretty large, but the bristles are really, really short, where that does allow you to kind of get close and personal with the lashes. It also kind of creates a little bit of a mess for me. Let's put on the other one. Okay, that's the mascara on. It got a little messy, which I'll kind of clean up afterwards, but it does have a very pretty effect. Clean mascara, I don't know. I appreciate though that CoverGirl seems to be one of the largest brands of like all the drugstore players that is really making a concerted effort to shift some of its products into the clean space. And so I have been curious about their new cleaner products, and this is one of them. Look, I think it's a very pretty mascara. Let's see how it wears. It says it's waterproof. Let's see how difficult it is to take off, and I'll get back to you. I've only actually worn it once before, and I can't really remember too well how it went. I thought it was fine, but I didn't have really strong negative or positive feelings for it. Actually, today, as I applied it, my feelings for it are a little stronger. And maybe it's just because the eye look is letting the eyelashes shine a little bit more. So we'll see. Now for lip products, I have 4 lip products I purchased. So I purchased the Tarte Sugar Rush Best Bud Peony. It's this sort of lip mask. It's very pretty. It has like no color. It's very similar to the Laneige sleeping mask. It has a very nice formula. It has a nice, sweet, kind of warm scent. Nothing too overpowering. I find that the Laneige lip sleeping mask, their scents are a little too much for me. But this one's very pretty, and I'm gonna wear this one more to go to either prep the lips before I get ready or at night before I go to bed. But I thought the container was so cute. I think it comes with one other color, and it was on like super sale. So that's why I'm dropping it into this drugstore. The other 3 products that I have, 2 are from Catrice and 1 is from Milani. So try the Milani first. So I picked up one of the new Milani matte lipsticks, and this one is in the color 420, Tease. I hadn't tried the glowy version of this lipstick. I'm just gonna show you how pretty this color is and talk about the formula a little bit because I have worn it. So that's this lipstick here. I think it's such a sophisticated nude. It has a tiny bit of yellow in it. It's a nice warm color, and I really, really like it. It's not a flat matte. I know it calls itself a matte, but it's really more of a comfortable satin. And I think this formula might be really, really interesting. This formula reminds me of one of my favorite colors and formulas from CoverGirl. It's the Demi Matte formula. And specifically, I love the color Trending. And this just reminds me not so much of trending. Trending is also a nude, but it's a little bit deeper. But it has that same type of texture where feels like there's some hydration happening. Even if I wasn't wearing the Tarte lip balm underneath, it just feels like hydration is happening, and it's also a very sophisticated color. And yeah, I'm really impressed. Again, I have not tried a lot from Milani. I know I've said this before. And I definitely want to explore the brand more, and a product like this really attracts me to the brand. So if there's Milani products you love, please let me know which ones I should start with, because pretty impressed with this one, pretty impressed. Let me wipe off my lips and I'll get back. The next color or product I want to show you is this one here from Catrice. This is the Powerful 5 Glossy Lip Oil, and the shade that I have is Raspberry Glow. That's this one here. So it looks pretty intimidating, and it has just pretty much a standard paddle, and it's this glossy oil, but it has a lot of color. You can see already with my lips. What's nice about the paddle is you can draw your lip line really well with it. This is a really nice formula. This is very smoothing. It kind of just coats the lips in this oil gloss vibe, but it isn't like too thick. I have worn, like, the Clarins lip oil is too thick for me. This is about half the thickness of something like that. And it's not too sticky. My lips feel comfortable talking. It doesn't feel like it's getting tackier and tackier. I've worn this all day before, and it's not a product that stays on your lips for hours. You know, in an hour and a half, 2 hours, I would have to reapply. But it layers really nicely, and there's not, you know, buildup that occurs. And I just think it's a really fun color. If you're into the lip glosses of like Tower 28 and you want that kind of jelly vibe, I feel like these are a really good dupe for those. Those are a tiny bit thinner, but I mean, really negligible. So I'm pretty impressed. And they have a little bit of a cooling feeling, but nothing over the top, like a slight mint. And the scent, I can't really tell anything. I think it smells like something, but it feels like it's natural. It contains, apparently, hyaluron, almond oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. And I do feel like they're intensely hydrating. Let me put on my last lip color. Is another Catrice color from also the Powerful 5 lip line. This is the, I don't even know what this is called. This is the lip balm. This one contains hyaluron, watermelon, goji berry, cucumber, and ginger root, and I have the color 30, Sweet Cherry. And it's really nice. It comes with this embossment that says Catrice on it right there. And it's like a lipstick bullet, but it's not gonna be as opaque as you think. And you could see I'm already swiping back and forth a few times, and this is the level of pigmentation. And so this is this color. It feels like a warm pink to me, like a warm mid-tone pink. The feeling of it is very thin, much thinner than the gloss. It feels like a tinted balm. Very similar to my NARS Afterglow lip balms. It's just a very easy product and very affordable. I mean, very affordable. And I like this color. I think it's very fresh and feminine, and I feel like very springy and whatnot. So those were my finds in the drugstore. I also got free with purchase at Ulta one of the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Sprays. I can't with this product. I can't. This smells, to me, exactly like Scrub and Bubbles. If you use that product to clean your bathtub, you would know what I mean. It smells exactly like Scrub and Bubbles, and something like that cannot go on my face. I don't care how many people rave about it. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So I'm gonna spray my overpriced spray that's in my project pan, my Caudalie, to finish this look, because this is something I can handle. I can handle this. But if you want drugstore recommendation for sprays, I really love Flower Beauty's setting sprays. Really, really beautiful and lovely. Also the L'Oreal Glow, the Luminous Glow. It comes in the pink bottle. Really, really pretty too. All right, there we go. Full face of drugstore makeup. I'm really loving a lot of these products. Like I said, this is not a first impression. I am smitten with BH Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. It has not always been this way. I know this for a fact. I have tried some other palettes of theirs. The colors haven't worn as long. I'm thinking the Festival palette, although I love those colors, they just did not wear as long. The Tokyo palette didn't have as much punch. But these are just really, really impressive. I also have the Lost in Los Angeles palette, but that's down in Florida, my parents' home, and that one is really beautiful too. Kind of pastel-y and gorgeous. Love the blush. So love the eyeshadow, love the blush. A lot of the lip formulas I'm really, really happy with. You know, what is on the fence, or what I'm on the fence about? This CoverGirl mascara, let's see how it goes. Mascara, I feel like evolves with time, like from the moment you open it. Maybe it gets better, worse. I mean, we're gonna have to experiment. And the Putty blush from e.l.f., I'm really just on the fence about. I also have to try more the bronzer, maybe without the Putty blush underneath. And I'm really, really impressed with the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1. I feel like this is a very, very high-end product. So if you have been jonesing for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, or the Lisa Eldridge, the new kind of layery, glowy highlighter that she came out with, or even the Auric, you know, I feel like so many brands are coming out with this stuff. This is really just beautiful. Just beautiful and affordable, and if you could find a shade that works for you, go for it. Why not try it? What's there to lose? A few bucks. So I hope everyone is doing well, and let me know what you have your eye on, and we will talk soon. Take care, everyone.